My people, today's video is very important because I received a comment that honestly stopped me in my tracks. Someone said to me, they live in the United States, they have rented properties in Atlanta, Georgia, charging $2,000 per month plus 10% late fees. But in Liberia, that is in West Africa, a good two-bedroom apartment only rent for $200 per month. And then they ask, what am I missing here? Can somebody please explain the logic? Now let's talk about it. Because this right here is the confusion that so many of us living in diaspora are facing. And now let's just break this topic and analyze it, because this is a very important topic that we have to analyze. Let's just imagine, okay, there are two brothers. Okay, you have brother A and then you have brother B. Let's imagine brother A lives in Atlanta and then brother B is building back home in Liberia. Then brother A, who is living in Atlanta, bought a properties at the price rate of, let's say, $300,000. And then he rented it for $2,000 per month. And then if you calculate the $2,000 that brother A is receiving out of his rent, you will realize that per year, he will be receiving up to $24,000 per year. And now, let us look at brother B, who is building back home in Liberia. Let us say brother B finished building his house. Maybe he cost him about between $80,000 to $100,000. And then let's say he rented the house maybe $200 per month. Let's just say it's $200 per month. So if you calculate it, you realize that brother B is receiving $2,400 per year. Now, just pause there, because at first glance, I know you will say, but Maria, building back home is very cheaper. Yes, I know it's very cheaper, but what you fail to realize is income matters more than the cost. Now let's break it down. Let's just do the math here. Let's calculate it in a simple mathematics way. If brother B spent $100,000 to build his house and he's earning $2,400 per year, you will realize that if you calculate that $2,400 per year, if you calculate it to get your $100,000, you will realize that brother B, it will take him 40 good years. Just to break it down, it will take him 40 good years before he will get his $100,000 back. And that is, this doesn't include if there is any maintenances that brother B has to do on his property, or whether if there is any renovations, or maybe for a couple of months, maybe tenants didn't occupy the building. These are all excluded out of that. Now, let's just compare to brother A. Brother A invested $300,000 and he is receiving $24,000 each year. So if you do the calculation, out of the $24,000 that brother A is getting, it will take brother A 12 to 15 good years to get all his investment money back. So that is the difference. So when you're investing money on properties, it's not about emotions. It is about ROI. What does that mean? Return on investment. When you're doing an investment, you need to have returns on that investment. So let me just be honest here. People don't build back home because the numbers make sense. People build back home because, one, some of them want to leave a legacy. Two, some of them just want the status to say, oh, I have a house back home. Three, some of them, they just want something to show off. Like, if I go back home, at least I have somewhere to stay, somewhere to live, somewhere to sleep. Or four, some people are thinking of their retirement. If they retired, maybe this is where they want to stay, this is where they want to live. So some people build back home for their retirement. And five, some people just build a house because they want to impress their family or family pressure. And there is nothing wrong about that, because I am encouraging everybody to build back home, have a house where you can call home, somewhere where you can stay, somewhere where you can live, rather than renting a house. There's nothing wrong about that. But let us not confuse emotional investment with business investment, because they are not the same thing. The commenter is not confused about the rent, they are confused about the logic. How can something cost so much to build and then generate a little income? The answer is simple, because rental market, it depends on, one, the location and salary, two, the location and the economy, and three, the demands of rental properties, and four, the infrastructure, and then number five is about the purchasing power. And that's what you need to bear in mind. If you compare Liberia to Atlanta, in Atlanta, the average salary is very high. When you compare to Liberia, which is in West Africa, the average salary is very, very low. And when it comes to rent, rent always follows the income levels. It depends the areas where you live. That is how they charge rental. If you live in a higher salary income location, then you realize that the rental is very expensive. And when you live in a poor area location, and then you will realize that the rentage is very lower. It depends, like I said, it depends the location, the area where you build your house or where you buy your investment property. So now, let us ask some real questions here, which I want you to give me the answer. Let's just say, okay, are you building those rental properties you are building back home, or you are planning to build back home? Are you building them for these four reasons? Are you building those rental properties, one, for cash flow, or two, are you building those rental properties for capital appreciation, or three, are you building those properties for renting just for emotional satisfaction, or four, are you building those rental properties for your retirement lifestyle? If you say one, which is the cash flow, you are building those rental properties just for cash flow, the math may not work if you're building those rental properties for cash flow. Or if you choose two, three, and four, which are your answer, then the numbers will be secondary, because it will take you some years before you can get your money back. So the honest truth, or the hard truth that diasporans fail to realize is, many of us, we don't do the calculation when we are planning to go and build that house. All we are thinking is, oh, let's go back home. Lands are very cheap there. You will get the land next to nothing to build some rental properties. You don't do the calculation. You just think of, oh, because you got the land so cheap, I'm going to build very quickly. I'm going to rent out these properties, or I'm going to make a lot of money out of these properties. But what you don't calculate is, or what you don't think is, how long will it take you to get your money back? out of that property if you are building just to rent. Because if you're thinking of cash flow for rental properties, you will regret it. And this is where so many people regret it greatly, to say, oh, I've bought my properties, I've built my properties, but I'm not seeing any income. Because all the money you're getting from your rental properties, that is the same money you're using to do your renovation or maintenances or any other emergencies that happen in that house. Now, I am not saying don't build a rental property back home. What I am saying is, if you're building rental property back home, you need to build with clarity. Let me say, for example, if you are planning to build rental properties at the age, because you need to look at the time frame, your age range. If you are planning to build properties to rent back home, if you're in your 20s or 30s, or maybe you are in your early 40s, that is okay. You can afford to build rental properties which can take you maybe 10, 15 to 20 or 25 years. Let me say, if you're in your 40s, maybe you build rental properties. By the time you get to the age 60, then maybe you will start seeing profit of those rental properties. Or maybe if you're in your 20s or 30s, by the time you get to 60 or late 50s, you will start generating money from those properties. But when you are when you are in the age of 50s, late 50s to 60s, and then you decide, oh, you've been in abroad, or you've got your investment now, or maybe you've got money, or you got your mortgage, you sell everything and say, let me just go and start to do properties investment. This is what I am preaching. It's about the time frame, the age range. If you're in your late 50s or you are in your 60s, and then you decided to go on properties investment, this is what I am saying. Just look at the math. How long will it take you to start generating income from those properties? Because remember, if you have spent $100,000 or £100,000 on one property, let me just say for one properties, and if that properties, it will take you 10, 15 to 20 years before start generating your profit there. How old, how old will you be then before you will start generating profit on that property? Unless you want to leave that properties for legacy, maybe you have children, you have grandchildren, you're building those rental properties for your legacy to leave it behind. That is okay. You don't need to look for cash flow. But at the same time, you need to look for cash flow as well, because if you're in your 50s, late 50s, or maybe early 60s, if you say you still depend on properties only where there is no cash flow, you will still regret it, because at the end of the day, you still need money, you still need income to look after yourself. Remember, at that age, there is a lot of health issues that you need to take care of, and you need cash flow to look after yourself. And property investment, that is not for the late 50s and 60s, because it is stressful. The time pressure, the energy you will pour in there, it is stressful. It doesn't suit your age. This is what I am communicating. If you want to go to property investment, start it as earlier as possible. Start it in your mid 30s or early 40s. Then you will see the benefit of having properties investment. I am not against on anybody that wants to go to properties investment back home. I am saying check your age first. Do you meet the criteria of the age range? Because what I'm trying to say is, at all cost, when you are at the age of 50s, this is the time you need to avoid anything that will cause stress in your lifestyle. Because at age 50 and 50s and above, this is where you got a lot of health complications. Any stress that add to that will lead to other health issues. So this is what you need to avoid. Anything that will lead to stress, just avoid it at this age. So now I want to hear from you. Would you start building rental properties at the age of maybe late 30s to early 40s? Or are you starting or planning to build rented properties back home at the age of 50s and 50s and above? Drop your comments on the comment section below. And if you're in the diaspora and you're planning to build back home, please watch this channel carefully, because here we talk logic, and not only me, we have a wonderful community here that also contributed with their own knowledge and as well as their own logic. So continue watching this channel because we talk logic here. So this is Explore with Maria, where we don't just build houses, but we build with wisdom. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it to someone who is planning or thinking about building rental properties back home. I will see you on the next video. Take care now. I love you all. Bye.